Alright, we are live for the Gander RV 400 full race live stream here on NASCAR Heat 4 on the channel this morning as Dover International Raceway, our 11th race of the season, as we are going to get set to qualify here in this one first off, and hopefully we get a good qualifying effort going for us. Usually tend to run all right here in Dover. Hopefully we'll have a good event for us here today. 400 miles, 400 laps. It should be a good one. Short track racing once again. Although it's considered an intermediate racetrack, I like to consider this a short track. It races exactly like one. Pretty tight for the most part, despite how wide it looks. Multiple grooves on this track. Oh, a little loose off of turn 4 there. That's going to kill our lap time. 23.596, that's 14th fastest, which isn't bad, but I think we could have been inside the top 10 if we didn't get loose off of turn 4 right there. And that could have cost us a tenth or two, perhaps. Kyle Busch is going to be on the pole. And we will be starting 12th. We got a couple guys going to the rear of the field. Alright, so let's get this one going. Just coming off of a win at Talladega yesterday. It was a great race. Had a good one. We had pretty good stream. We'll hope for the same again today. Harvick going to the rear of the field, as well as Martin Truex Jr. So here we go from the 12th starting spot after qualifying 14th. The green flag is in the air. We're underway at Dover. Here we go. 10:14 will be the start of the race. 120 laps in the opening stage. Everybody will have to pit once. You run about 81 laps at a full tank of fuel. And look at this, 3x3 on the start. We're stuck on the outside still, going into turn 3. Gonna obviously try to keep this car as clean as possible over the course of the day, but we'll see how that's gonna go for us. So far so good though through lap 1. Like to get back down to the bottom. You'll see us run the bottom of the racetrack majority of the day. Little contact with Chase Elliott getting into turn 3. Oh boy, a little contact there. The 37, Chris Buescher. Try to get a good run on these guys again here. Look at that though. Kyle Busch already leading. Made contact with William Byron now for the 14th spot. Feel like we're faster than Paul Menard. He's just kind of holding us up a little bit. There we go. Now we're on the inside of him going into turn 1. We'll make the pass on him. He's going to try a little crossover move. Oh, a little contact with Stenhouse now. We're up to 11th. Probably have to settle it down a little bit. Whew. Man, that car just really steps out on me. We got a tighter setup, but the car is really loose. Loose is fast, though. We can hang on to it. Don't really have any damage on the car early in this one, but a little contact with Kurt Busch again. We battle him for the 9th spot as we drive it in deep into turn 1. We'll get on by him. Now looking to the inside of Eric Jones for position. He wrecked out of the Talladega race early on. We're going to clear Reddick for position off of turn 4. We're in 7th place already. Definitely off to a good start in this one. We're right behind Clint Bowyer. Bowyer trying to gain ground on Suarez up ahead of us now as Kyle Busch pulls away in the early going of this race. Trying to work around the outside to get around Boyer at least. Give us a little bit of straightaway speed down the back here. Already about a second ahead of Kurt Busch back in 8th. It's good to see. Boyer going to go high through turns 1 and 2. As he steps to the outside, we'll step to the inside, trying to get the car to turn under him. And we will clear him off of turn 2. And we're up to 6th. Riding right behind Daniel Suarez in 5th place. In the 41. Other Stewart Haas Racing drivers will get to his inside now, going into turn 1. To the outside goes Suarez. We're going to clear him off of turn 2. We're into the top 5 for the first time already today. Kyle Busch has not yet caught lap traffic. We'll have to see how that's going to go throughout the course of this one. So if we make it to lap 60, we can cut this stage in half. To being 120 laps. Kyle Busch catching lap traffic now for the first time here this morning. Catching up to Joey Logano in the 4th spot. So 120 laps in each of these first 2 stages will make for the final stage being 160 laps. It's a little bit different from the other 400 lap race at Richmond a couple races ago, where it was 100, 100, and 200. This is 120, 120, and 160. It is a little longer in length though. A quarter-mile longer of a track than Richmond, which again kind of makes for it being weird that this race has longer stages, but make for a little bit different of a strategy. Look at that, trying to go right up the middle between Logano and McMurray. We're just going to let Logano go off the exit of the corner there. There is not going to be enough room for us. Made the smart decision. We'll try to get him through 3 and 4. And we'll easily clear him off of turn 4. So up to the 4th spot now. Really got to work this lap traffic as best as you can. Right around Dover. Denny Hamlin's kind of caught up in the lap cars right now. He's getting slowed up big time. He's only about a second ahead of us. Brad Keselowski about 2.5 seconds ahead right now in 2nd. Not sure exactly how far Kyle Busch is in the lead by on us. Sitting back in 4th, but we got a good run going for us, of course. Got the car to rotate pretty good through 1 and 2 that time. Didn't really step out on us too much. Hamlin caught, almost comes down into us. He tried to get to the inside of the 96. We were there at the last second. Now we'll use Bubba Wallace as a pick. And that'll move us up to 3rd. So we're still about 3 seconds off of Kyle Busch for the race lead. But we're running good right now. So we are approaching lap 20. It's hard to tell with this lap traffic though if Kyle Busch is actually still faster than us or not right now. Right front tire already down to 70%. It's alright though, we're pacing alright in this race. We won't race again here at Dover until we get into the playoffs. And it will be the first race of the round of 12. So about 2.5 seconds behind Kyle Busch, but Brad Keselowski not too far ahead of us here, about 6-7 car lengths going into turn 3. It's nice to see all the Penske boys running inside the top 5. We saw that at Talladega later in the race, but then Logano had an issue of some sort that he ended up falling a lap down before the end of it and finished outside the top 30. Had a lot of front bumper damage, which costed him a great finish. Keselowski ended up finishing up towards the top of the leaderboard as well. We try to sneak to the inside of the 2. Nope, can't get him that time. Kind of stuck behind the 34. Now we're going to try to split the 34 of McDowell. Still staying to the inside. Keselowski through 1 and 2. A little contact between the 2 teammates. Don't want to see that, but we are going to move up to second place. Quite a ways left in this one, of course, so haven't led a lap yet, but Kyle Busch only 2 seconds ahead of us. You see him on the outside there coming out of turn 4, trying to get around that lap car. Jimmy Johnson had a shot to win the race late. Ended up finishing all the way back at 12th, unfortunately for him, and now he's here at Dover, one of his better racetracks. He's running 23rd, 1 lap down already. William Byron's really dropped off from his starting spot inside the top 10 earlier in the race as well. Have to see how guys like Kevin Harvick, who started at the rear, and Martin Truex Jr., who also started at the rear of the field, see how fast they are over the course of the race. They haven't cracked the top 5 yet. Deep field to work with, of course, as always, if you are starting at the rear end. Definitely running down Kyle Busch though right now, that is for sure. He's now a little less than a second ahead of us. We weave in and out of the lap traffic. Paul Menard back to 19th. He's a lap down. Kyle Busch has lapped quite a few guys, over half the field already. Only 18 drivers currently on the lead lap. We got 92 to go. Looking to the inside. Got a little loose on the entrance to the corner. Couldn't get him, and now he's stuck behind a lap car. Matt Tifft as we try to follow him through. Now looking to the inside of Busch. 3 wide going into turn 1. That got tight. We drive it in deep. Trying to get the car to stick. Here comes Kyle on the bottom. Trying to crossover move, but he can't stay alongside of us. We might have a little contact with Landon Castle, and that clips us up into the outside wall. And Kyle Busch is going to be able to hold on to the race lead. Man, right when it looked like we had it, got a little tight. Couldn't hold on to the race lead, and Kyle Busch is back out in front again. Had a good run off of turn 2. Try to beat him into 3 again. Alright, Truex, he's going to go a lap down. Remember, he started at the rear of the field. He's up to 18th. Not good enough for him. And on lap 32, we're going to lead our first lap of the race here at Dover. But a lot of heavy lap traffic in front of us right now. And this is not working out good for us. Here comes Busch back on the top again. Trying to take the race lead away. 3 wide now for the lead going into turns 3 and 4. A lot of lap cars towards the top of the racetrack. So we try to put Tyler Reddick a lap down in the process. So that was the heaviest we've seen a clump of lap cars in this one. They're still going 3 wide behind us. And Busch is kind of being held up quite a bit now. Thanks to all you joining here. In the very beginning of this race here at Dover, we have just taken the lead a couple laps ago for the first time. After qualifying 14th and getting a 12th place starting spot, Kyle Busch led the first 31 laps of the race before we took the lead. Kevin Harvick, Martin Truex Jr. both started at the rear of the field. Oh boy. He's really trying to crank that car to the inside of the racetrack. We were just able to stay clear of Kyle Larson there. Doing a 100% race at Daytona right now. Oh, good for you, man. I mean, honestly, I just love doing it because it gives that realistic feel like I'm running the entire race, because I am. Especially when I'm using the steering wheel. And it feels so rewarding to win a race when you do run the full length on the hardest difficulty. Not much more you can accomplish in this game. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that Talladega race yesterday. It was a pretty good one. Ended up getting the win. Oh man. Brushed the wall a little bit off before. Could have been worse. Battling a loose race car despite having a little tighter of a setup here, and caution is going to fly now for the first time in this race. Brad Keselowski, Joey Logano pitting, two of our Penske teammates here. I think we can make it to the end of the stage on fuel if we pit now, so that's probably why you're seeing some guys hit pit road. And I think we're going to do the same here, because we'd probably be within a 30-lap stretch to pit anyway. Take 4 fresh tires. We'll take a full tank of fuel here. We'll worry about apparent damage a little later. Alright, so we'll have about 80 laps to go when we go green here. Corey LaJoie gets the free pass at 13th. He's had a nice stretch of races here as of late. Trying to keep that run going here. Ooh, a little tire spin on the restart there. Green flag is back in the air here at Dover. So the top 8 are all on older tires. We've got some guys on fresh tires right now restarting towards the rear of the lead lap. Quickly able to get to 4th, trying to get to the lead as quick as possible. We know Logano and Keselowski have fast cars on fresh tires behind us that might be able to overtake us pretty early in the run. We're looking on Kyle Busch for the race lead off of turn 4 to the outside. Busch leads the lap at the line. He's got a little bit of damage on the front bumper of his car. He might have gotten into the back of the lap cars. We try to pinch him down on the inside of the track. Can't quite get past him yet. Now we clear him up off of turn 2. Ryan Blaney back out in front for the second time early in this race. But you can see Logano on fresher tires as well. He's worked his way through the field quickly as well. He is now looking to the inside of Boyer for 3rd off of turn number 4. 78 to go in stage number 1. Yeah, Logano's coming pretty quick here. And I'm sure he'll probably be challenging for the lead pretty soon. Now he goes to the outside to try and get around Kyle Busch for 2nd. So Logano has moved into 2nd. He's still about a 2nd off the race lead. We got a while before we catch lap traffic again. We'll see. Keselowski up to 4th as well. Another one of the 4 drivers that hit pit road under the caution. He's actually got a little faster of a car than Joey Logano, but Keselowski did not have as good of a restart as me and Logano did, so it's taking him a little longer to get through the field. And he's about 3.5 seconds off the race lead back there. So he's trying to get around Kyle Busch right now, and he has. So Penske running 1-2-3 in this race. Joe Gibbs Racing filling out the rest of the top 5, and no longer as Chase Elliott's gotten around Denny Hamlin. Elliott was the 4th and final driver to hit pit road under that first yellow. So he'll probably end up moving past Kyle Busch for 4th at some point in time here. And the top 4 will all be the guys that had hit pit road under that first caution of the race. Logano's not really catching us at all. He's staying about a second behind us. I think us having the clean air is a little bit of an advantage compared to what Joey's got. We're going to catch lap traffic a little quicker than I originally expected. And it's probably because all those guys towards the back are on older tires as it is. So we're probably going to be flying around a lot of these lap cars here. And everybody that did not hit pit road will for sure have to pit before the end of the stage. I don't know if our tires are going to make it all the way to the end. On fuel, we're right on the border. Not, but it's alright. It'll be fun to see. Another caution comes out, you'll probably see us hit pit road again anyway, just to be safe. Logano working on Austin Dillon right now, side drafting off of him. Might have slowed each other down a little bit. He was about 0.8 of a second behind us there for a second, and then he's about 1.5 seconds off of us. Keselowski's catching us though, he's about a little less than 3 seconds back now. But I think we've got enough of a gap on these guys. We should be able to stay in front of them as long as the lap traffic doesn't hold us up too much. Slow car hitting pit road right now. It's Paul Menard in the 21. Unscheduled pit stop. You see Kyle Larson is the lone driver out of the race right now. He brought out the first caution. And a huge clump of lap traffic up ahead. And we got another slow car on the track. And it looks like Alex Bowman in the 88. Bowman's still stuck on the racetrack. It's going to be a pain for him to get to pit road. We got a lot of guys hitting pit road right now. A little earlier than expected. I think they're just trying to split the stage more so in half. They're probably losing a lot of time, so this is a little bit different pit strategy than what I would have originally expected. But that will give them the fresh tires versus the 4 that stayed out now, so maybe they're just trying to gain a little bit extra track position here. A lot of heavy lap traffic just in front of us, so we got green flag pit stops going on right now. And if we cycle all the way through, there's likely only going to be just the 4 of us on the lead lap. And maybe they're thinking also if we short pit here, we might have to still pit before the end of the stage, because we're going to be close on fuel. So if that is the case, then there could be a chance that they could cycle back out as the race leader after the top 4 of us end up hitting pit road at some point in time. So varying strategies in the opening 120 laps of this race. Just got to race our own race right now. The strategy could work out, but if a caution comes out before me, Logano, Keselowski, and Elliott have to hit pit road, then the strategy is going to end up foiling. I mean, it is not going to work out for these guys. You might end up seeing some of these guys on fresher tires behind us, like a Truex, Kyle Busch. They'll probably catch and pass us here at some point in time, even though they are a lap down. Ooh, caught right behind BJ McLeod in a bad spot off the exit of the corner. Had to check up out of the gas a little more than what we wanted to. Truex running us down from behind. And Truex was a mid-pack car. He was running 15th to 20th before that first caution came out. And you could see he's catching us on 4 fresh tires. So That's how much of a difference it makes here at Dover. Dover usually has quite a bit of tire wear. The concrete corners, these concrete racetrack in general, usually see tire wear a lot more aggressive than what it would be on a regular asphalt track. Usually see the rubber a lot better, of course, as well with the lighter surface. As the race goes on, you'll probably see the different grooves in the lines. You're already seeing it. The rubber buildup will be more and more over the course of the race. Keselowski's still trying to run down Logano for second. He's only about 2 seconds behind him now. Jimmy Johnson in 5th place, currently the first driver, 1 lap down. He might be trying to stay out as long as he can here. Hope for a caution. Maybe he can get the free pass. Not the only thing I can think of right now. But yeah, Bowman was really slow in the backstretch. Menard wasn't that slow. Bowman was, and I don't know if he must have had a tire going down or something, because he was running really slow. Like off the pace slow, and he was trying to get to the inside to get onto pit road there. So we're going to put Johnson a second lap down now. So yeah, if a caution comes out, that is really going to hurt everybody from 5th on back. Because they're going to be trapped 2 laps down. They would end up taking the wave around under the caution to get one of their laps back, but they'll still be trapped 1 lap down. They'll be fighting for free pass positions pretty much all day from that point on. But if we don't get a caution, it's probably all going to cycle itself back out, and we'll have about the same amount of drivers on the lead lap as what we had the first time before the caution. Catching a lot of lap traffic here in the next few laps. So look at that huge line of cars. You got guys on older tires, you got guys on fresh tires here, slower cars up ahead, so huge mix. It's going to be interesting to see who's going to be the harder guys to pass and who's going to be the easier cars to pass. Everybody's just moving all over the racetrack to stay out of everybody's way. We go right up the middle between Matt Tift and Ryan Preece there, getting into one. That worked out all right. Oh man, that got tight off the exit of the corner. Bubba Wallace and Cody Ware were side by side. We had nowhere to go. We had to check out of the gas and hurry up, jump the car to the inside to get around both of them. Going 3 wide down the backstretch. And a 9-second lead. Keselowski has caught Logano though. He's only a couple car lengths behind him now. Penske still running 1, 2, 3. Chase Elliott in 4th, about 16 seconds off the lead. About 56% tire wear left. I do not think we can make it. I have a feeling we're going to have to pit before the end of the stage still. Well, we got a caution anyway, so I guess that's going to help us out. Second caution of the race. And that is going to trap all those guys 1 lap down that had to pit under green, that tried to short pit. Jimmy Johnson will get the free pass, and he'll be 1 lap down, but everybody, I mean, it won't matter. Everybody's going to take the wave around here. Kurt Busch is pitting, but he might have been the cause of the caution. So everybody's going to take the wave around behind all of us. So Elliott, Keselowski, Logano, and I are all going to hit pit road this time. Half can of fuel will be enough to fill it up to the end here. 4 fresh tires. And here we come. So we won the race off of pit road. So now everybody's going to be fighting for the free pass to the end of stage 1. Great jump on the restart. Green flag is going to be back in the air at Dover as we have 48 laps to go in stage number 1. So now that Logano and Keselowski don't have to fight through the field, they're just fighting with each other for second right now. Look at the pack way back there, 3 by 3. They might even be 4 wide coming off of turn 4. I don't know how they made it, but they did, and here comes Keselowski. He's up to second, Logano in third, Elliott just behind him in fourth. Ran a little bit off the bottom there, and that's just enough room for Keselowski to make it. We're side by side for the lead. At the line, Keselowski will lead the lap to officially take the lead here at Dover. So Brad Keselowski clears us now off of turn 2 with ease. Logano trying to catch and run us down as well here. We are using the controller in this race. Now in the next race at Kansas tomorrow for the Cup Series, we will be using the steering wheel once again. So although we've gone about 4 races in a row without using the steering wheel, we will be back at it again tomorrow. That race is going to be starting at 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So be on the lookout for that one. Keselowski kind of slightly pulling us here lap after lap. Not by a lot, but he's got a faster car than us on the short run. Harvick up to 5th in the free pass position right now. He started at the rear of the field, so it's nice to see that he's worked himself into the top 5. He's probably got one of the faster cars in the field as well. Probably just as fast as Kyle Busch, if I had to guess. So now we've got fresher tires than everybody that did stay out and take the wave around last time, so we're catching lap traffic pretty quickly again here. Kind of like we did on the last run. Keselowski back to the outside. We'll be back on the bottom again. Gained a little bit of ground through turns 3 and 4. A couple car lengths behind Brad yet. And now we get to his inside, and we're side by side for the lead, but David Reagan's going to get in our way big time there. But now we got a lot of lap traffic to deal with. Me and Keselowski are just going to be racing to get around these guys. So we have a huge closing right to the outside, trying to get the car to turn. A little sideways off the corner, keeping it off the wall though, and taking the race lead at the line with 39 to go. And now Brad's going to try to get us back again, sliding in between Bubba Wallace and Landon Castle. Keselowski still kind of stuck behind him. Parker Kligerman in 15th. He finished 2nd in the race at Talladega yesterday. Had a shot for an upset victory to get into the playoffs, and he's having a solid run here at Dover as well. Man, this car's loose. We're doing a good job keeping control of it, but it really likes to slide out on us, as you can kind of see over the course of this race. Splitting the lap cars evenly here. Seen us go up the middle a few times to kind of split them and get around them. I think Keselowski could have held on to the lead a little bit longer if it would have been a normal run with everybody on fresher tires, because we wouldn't have caught lap traffic that quickly. And once we caught the traffic, the first car he kind of pulled away a little bit, but once he caught the second car and the third, it was pretty much our race from there. So now at this point with 34 to go in stage 1, hopefully we stay green to the end of the stage and we can easily get the victory to get that playoff point. So trying to put all these guys that are 1 lap down, that we're currently passing 2 laps down, and trap them once again, because they will not be able to take the wave around at the end of the stage. They'll probably have to pit. Along with the rest of us. And we'll all be put back on the same strategy to start stage number 2. Checked up behind Austin Dillon again. Dillon not having a good run in 38th right now. Out of the 39 that are still on the racetrack. Remember, Kyle Larson, the only driver to DNF in this race. He's running just outside the top 10, so he wasn't really a race-winning contending car, but I got to give a shout-out to Corey LaJoie, though. Finished inside the top 10 at Talladega, ran a pretty good race there. He's running 13th here at Dover. Even in Richmond in the race prior to that, he was competing for a top 10 and finished right about where he's running right now in this race. So he's having some good point stays going for him. If he can get inside the top 30 and show up at Daytona and maybe win that race in the summer months here, he can get into the playoffs. Making some good gains throughout the field, though. 6 seconds behind is Keselowski. Chase Elliott's actually up to 3rd. He passed Joey Logano. Elliott about 10.5 seconds off the lead in 3rd. Logano about 11.5 off the lead in 4th. Kevin Harvick still in the free pass position in 5th right now, 1 lap down. Squeezing in between the lap cars there, McLeod and Newman. McLeod having a decent run himself. 25 laps to go in stage number 1. Quickly 10 seconds ahead of Keselowski now. He might be caught in a thick pack of lap cars, which is very well possible. Nearing in on lap 100, that will be the quarter century mark, or sorry, the quarter century, be the century mark in the race, and it'll be a quarter of the way through this race. Ooh, Suarez and Knight, man, we had to get on the brakes there getting into turn 3. Kind of got pinched off. Those couple of lap cars just in front of us, squeezing between DiBenedetto and Suarez now. Suarez putting in a fight in the 9th spot. Gonna use the outside to propel past him now. Down to the inside, on the brakes again. Really throwing it in there to get around these guys. We're racing clean though. We're making aggressive moves, but we're racing pretty clean. And although it might not look like we have complete control of the car with how loose it may look, the handling doesn't feel as bad as it does, but we are wearing the tires out quite a bit by doing that. See, we went green with 48 to go in the stage. We're down to 58% on the right front. We've only ran about 28 laps or so on this run. So if we do run green all the way through stage number 2, we'll probably have to pit around the halfway mark if I had to guess. Right about lap 60, split the stage in half. Oh man, this could get tight into 3. Now luckily when we've been splitting these lap cars 3 wide up through the middle, we've been able to beat them into the corner and clear them before we get into the turn before it got really tight. So we're catching Kyle Busch now. Obviously he restarted a little further back in the pack, but if we could put him 2 laps down, that would be huge because Kyle Busch is one of the faster guys in the field in 6th. Harvick up there in 5th as well. If he goes 2 laps down before the end of the stage, they can still battle to get the free pass position, but they'll be 1 lap down. They both have fast cars. Busch and Harvick probably need a quick caution here. Oh, 4 wide, taking the risk down the front stretch. Beating everybody into the corner, driving it in deep. Getting it to stick and staying in front of Busch and them guys. Harvick trying to split the middle up ahead of us. Pushing this car as hard as we can right now. Joey Logano, 20 seconds off the lead now. Chase Elliott. They could be having to battle for the free pass position in 3rd here if we catch them pretty soon. This is going to get tight, 3 wide into turn number 3. Harvick just in front of us. He is a lap down. Trying to hold on to it as we split the lap car of Paul Menard. Side by side into turn 1, driving it in deep. And the caution will fly just after Harvick goes a lap down. Unbelievable. So caution will fly for the 3rd time in stage number 1. And Harvick was just seconds away from being back on the lead lap, but the caution did not pan out for him. And we've got a race to the end of the stage now, a little bit of a sprint. We'll repair that second of damage here. Keselowski is staying out at least for right now. Me, Logano, and Elliott all going to pit, so Harvick will still get the free pass, but he will be 1 lap down again. But the end of the stage is pretty close here. So Keselowski will lead us to the green. We actually lost 2 spots on pit road there to Logano and Elliott. So we've got a battle here to the end of stage 1. This should be pretty good to get that playoff point. Me and Elliott already locked into the playoffs with wins. Logano and Keselowski are not. Green flag back in the air. 13 to go in stage 1. Keselowski, good start on the bottom on older tires. But Logano going to propel himself on the outside. Keselowski almost slid up in front of us. He got loose. We'll get on by him. Elliott was kind of held behind him a little bit there. And Joey Logano to the lead at Dover with 12 to go in the opening stage. Can we get around him? And with Keselowski staying out, all those guys that stayed out that were already a lap down could not take the free pass. So they are still all trapped 2 laps down outside of Harvick. So we try to battle Joey Logano for the stage win here. Chase Elliott, maybe he could throw himself in the mix as well. Driving it in deep through 1 and 2. Logano's going to beat us back to the gas though. We're hanging on with him. But will the laps be enough for our car to become faster than his? We were pretty equal for about the first 10 laps of a green flag run. Elliott's starting to lose us a little bit now. But if we start racing with each other and battling for the lead, could allow Elliott to catch up. We're just sliding around through 1 and 2 there. Logano holding the bottom. He's going to try to make us pass him around the top, which we have not really been able to do much today. I don't know. 9 to go. I don't know if we're going to catch lap traffic or not before the end of the stage 2. It'll probably be close. We are right there. Just cannot get around him right now. Lost a little bit of ground through 3 and 4. Ran a little bit off the bottom. We'll try to get him back through 1 and 2. Oh man. Car stepped out a little more off of turn 2 there. That'll cost us a little bit of time also. Look at how hard we're just trying to drive this car in the corners to catch Logano. But we're just not able to do it right now. 7 laps to go. We might have a photo finish to the end of stage 1 here. It's going to be close. Him having the clean air is definitely helping. Because when we were running first and second before and I was in the lead, he was not able to get around us as well. So it just seems like the clean air is enough to kind of hold everybody back, at least for now. 6 to go at the line. That's 6 more miles. And now he moves to the top side of the track. Risky move as we get to the bottom. Can we clear him off of 4? No, almost made contact. Logano's able to hold on. And I think he realized that's a bad idea as he moves back down to the bottom again. Man, that was a good chance for us to get ahead of him, and we couldn't capitalize. We've got 5 to go now. We are there. And we are going to catch lap cars before the end of the stage. So how will that play a factor in this one? Four to go. Kind of blocking the bottom of the racetrack right now. To the end of stage 1. He's going to catch Brendan Gaughan in a bad spot off the exit of the corner there. We're still trying to run him down. 3 laps to go at the line this time to win stage number 1 here at Dover. Sliding around. We beat him off the exit of the corner. Now to the inside. Side by side into 1. Slide job. We're going to clear him off the exit of the corner, but here he comes on the crossover. Can't get to us. All clear off of turn number 2. Now just trying to work around the lap cars to the end of the stage. Here he comes, hard charging off the exit of turn 4 again. Trying to squeeze underneath Stenhouse as we went to the outside. 2 to go. Couple more lap cars just ahead. We pull Logano off of turn 2. I missed the bottom of the track that time. Didn't want to run that high. Going to clear McMurray. White flag in the air. 1 lap to go in stage number 1. Here at Dover, trying to fight for the playoff point. Teammates going at it. Racing clean though, nevertheless. It was a good battle, but I think we've got it into turns 3 and 4 now. Logano's still about a half second behind. Not going to catch another lap car here off of 4. Green-white checker flag in the air. Ryan Blaney wins stage 1 at Dover. Logano 2nd. Chase Elliott 3rd. Keselowski 4th. Harvick 5th. Harvick gets the free pass, so he'll be back on the lead lap to start stage number 2. Clint Boyer 6th. Kyle Busch 7th. Newman 8th. Eric Jones 9th. And Denny Hamlin 10th to round out the top 10 through stage 1. So we've got cars obviously hitting pit road as scheduled here at the end of the stage. And we'll just go at it for stage 2 again. Hopefully we don't lose spots on pit road this time. So we had 3 cautions through stage number 1. We had some great battles periodically throughout the course of the stage, including the one at the end for the stage win. We got a great jump on the restart, getting through the shifts that time to start stage number 2. Huge jump. Elliott now looking to the inside of Logano, but Joey's going to close him off now. Keselowski did not take off on the restart back there. Here we go now. We're going to lead the opening lap of stage 2 under green. Car's a lot better on the longer runs. Let's see if we can hold off on Joey. Keselowski's up to third, battling with Chase Elliott right now. See faster cars like Kyle Busch back there. Maybe they could try to get their lap back. Hope for a quick yellow. Logano closing into our back bumper here. But will he have a tough time trying to pass us like we did for a little bit? I think there's a good chance of it. Keselowski, probably the faster of the 3 Penske cars on the shorter run. He's sitting back in third. Logano taking a peek off of 4. He didn't quite get the run he needed, though, going into turn 1. He's there, but can he do anything with it? Well, we washed up the track a little bit. Here comes Joey. He is there. We kind of hold the inside off the exit of the corner, trying to make a little bit of a block. Could not get to us that time. Top 3, all within a half second. Nice to see the Penske drivers bringing some speed to the track here at Dover this weekend. And sliding off the exit of 4 there, Joey got off the corner a little bit better again. He's holding on for dear life as long as we can right now. Hoping that our car can get a little better over the laps. Logano looking to the inside again into turn 3. We're driving in deep to try and hold the bottom. Did a good job there. But here comes Joey off the exit of the corner, side by side. He is there. We can't hold clear. Logano for the lead into turn 1. Keselowski to follow. Oh man, almost made contact. Keselowski trying to side draft us off the exit of the corner. And Joey Logano will officially take the race lead at the line. Keselowski will move up to second. Can't clear us though off the exit of the corner. We're still there. Woo! Big slide through turn 1. Keselowski still can't clear us. Now he does, and we'll try to cross him over going into 3. Back to the inside again. Oh, just can't quite clear the 2. Got a great battle, 3-car battle for the lead going on. It's great racing here on this 1-mile racetrack. And now Keselowski squeezes under us, a little contact, so we wash up the track. And a double crossover move there by the 2. And he'll try to run down Logano for the race lead now. Kyle Busch closing in on us as we were battling there. We're about to catch lap traffic in another lap or 2. Harvick's still about 10.5 seconds off the race lead. He restarted at the rear of the field. Elliott's lost the lead pack now. He's about 3.5 seconds back in 4th. How's it going, Mr. Pizza? Glad you can make it. Man, we are getting looser and looser here as the laps go on. It feels like I don't really have much damage on the race car. Probably just overdriving it a little bit. It's now Logano and Keselowski going to catch lap traffic for the first time in stage 2. How's this going to play out? Oh, Keselowski held up by Kligerman. Deep dive into turn 1. Left side's down on the apron. We wash up the track again. And we're side by side off the exit of 2 as we tried to side draft him. Down the backstretch. Going into 3. Logano trying to pull away now. Big step out on the exit of 4. Heavy lap traffic coming up now. Look at all those cars up ahead. So we got a 3-car battle for the lead. Logano caught McDowell in a bad spot off the exit of the corner. We're going to look to the inside of Keselowski into 3. We'll clear him. He's probably going to try a crossover move. But he can't do it with David Reagan on the inside now. So we're up to second. Logano's still in the lead. 3 more lap cars just in front. as we look to the outside off of turn 2. And now up the middle, side by side, 3 wide now for the lead with the lap traffic. Oh, Joey Gase trying to pinch us down in front. Keselowski in the mix. We go all the way to the outside. Contact with the 66 into the wall. Hard into the wall. And we're going to lose a ton of time there. Got way too tight off the exit of the corner. We made a little contact with the 66, shoved up the racetrack, and we lost a ton of ground to Logano and Keselowski. They still got a lot of lap cars in front of them. We'll catch Joey Gase and pass him easily this time by. We might be able to make a good run back at the 2 and the 22 pretty soon here. So they're going 3 wide up there. Look at that battle. Logano's still in the lead, but how much longer can he hold on to it? Running them down pretty quick. Now can we get around these lap cars just as quick as they did? We got to run the top. Man, it's getting tight up here. Oh man, Brendan Gaughan slid almost in front of us. Did a great job, and now they're side by side for the lead. Keselowski on the inside, Logano on the top. Logano pinching him down on the bottom of the track through turns 1 and 2. Oh, a little contact with Austin Dillon now. And Logano's still able to hold on to the lead. Keselowski still stuck behind the lap cars. Logano pulling away now. We're catching Brad in a hurry. He's less than a second ahead of us again. Forced to run the outside. Cody Ware, Tyler Reddick, both on the bottom there. Alex Bowman now just in front of Joey. Holding him up through 3 and 4. Keselowski running him down a little bit again. Logano now just over a second ahead of us. But we are running down the race leaders, and we're probably going to have another 3-car battle for the lead here shortly. Keselowski easily passes Bowman through turns 1 and 2. We'll get him in 3 and 4. Eric Almirola will be the next lap car for Logano to catch. We are right there on Keselowski. Big run off of 4 and out of the inside for second into turn 1. And we're going to clear the... Nope, can't quite clear the 2 yet. He's fighting back. Big run on the exit of the corner. Now we clear Keselowski for second. Logano still held back from Eric Almirola now. Oh, just pinching us off. Here comes the 2 again. I think he's just going to follow us past the 10 for right now. And here comes Keselowski to the inside again. Off of turn 2, he's there, but we get the run off the corner to hold in front of him. And we pass Joey Logano for the race lead. Off of turn number 4, Logano leads the lap again at the line, but now we look to the inside for the lead into turn 1. Oh, pushing up the track. Little contact, and here comes Keselowski trying to get us both through 1 and 2. Brad Keselowski to the lead here at Dover. The contact between me and Logano was enough to hold each other up. Keselowski back out in front again as we hold on to second, and Logano goes from first to third in 1 lap. Now trying to split Ty Dillon. Harvick's going to have to hold on for his lead lap. He's about 18.5 seconds off the lead. Kyle Busch in the free pass position in 6th right now. 1 lap down. Or sorry, 2 laps down rather. Oh boy. Big run on the 2. Down to the inside. Caution. Right before we take the race lead. Caution will fly for the 4th time today. And Clint Boyer will get the free pass actually in 6th. He was only 1 lap down because he stayed out. That's right. He stayed out under the stage break. Therefore, he got the wave around. Now he gets the free pass being 1 lap down. So he'll be back on the lead lap here. Harvick will restart with the front of the field now. So Harvick needed that caution. We probably didn't. And we are still going to be short on fuel to the end of stage number 2. Oh, I don't know why we stayed out. You know what? We'll try it. Try a little different strategy here. We'll stay out. Everybody's still got to pit before the end of the stage anyway. Green flag back in the air again. Here we go. Another great jump despite being on older tires. Got 89 laps to go in stage 2. We'll see how this is going to work. Great opening corner through 1 and 2 there. Keselowski quickly up to second now, passing Joey Logano. Us having the clean air, though, we'll see. She's enough to make a difference, obviously, with those guys on fresh tires behind us, but we'll see for sure, though. Keselowski's got to run. Top 5 all within a second of the lead here off the restart. Logano looking to the inside for second. Oh, sliding up the track, and there goes Joey for the lead. Into turn 1, Joey Logano's got the race lead again at Dover, with Keselowski still trying to work the top, and we are washing way up the track. 3 wide! I didn't think Brad was going to try the middle. We got pinched off, a little more contact. Now we're still stuck in the middle. Yeah, we probably should have pitted there. That's all right. Again, everybody's got to pit before the end of the stage anyway. Harvick now trying to get around us for 5th. Definitely been a great race so far to this point. A lot of battles for the lead. Something we don't fall too far behind Logano. He's got a ton of clean air out in front of the field right now. They're still battling back with second. Ooh, contact with the 20. Really need all that racetrack coming off the exit of the corners. See if we can clear Eric Jones off of turn 4 this time. Yes, we will. So now we're going to try to work on Chase Elliott for 4th, who's just in front of us. So if we do stay green to the end of the stage, we will have to pit before everybody else. Trying to side draft the 9 of Elliott down the front stretch. It's going to work to stay alongside of him going into turn 1. Might have dove it in a little too deep there. Can we still clear him off of 2? Not quite. He is still there. Now we clear him before we get into 3. He's going to try to fight back, but he's not going to be able to do it there. So we're up to 4th again. About a second behind Kevin Harvick and Brad Keselowski. It does seem like Logano's car is getting faster and faster throughout the course of the day. It seemed like Brad Keselowski was going to have the car to beat, but it doesn't seem like it's the case right now. as far as the shorter runs go. See, I mean, Logano obviously finished runner-up back in stage 1. Slowly catching Harvick and Keselowski right now, but I think that's because they're battling with each other quite a bit. Got some lap traffic to deal with here pretty soon as well. Leaders are already in the mix of it. And we will be soon. Look at Hamlin trying to go right up the middle. Yeah, we're going to catch that lap traffic this lap. Well, here we go. We got a 3-car battle for second. Oh, man. 4 wide. Yeah, we're getting out of the gas there. Oh, Harvick almost ran into the back of the 38. My goodness. Got McMurray right in front of us now. Back to the inside again. Wow, we're going to get around Harvick and Keselowski through turns 1 and 2, and we're up to second. Logano 4.5 seconds ahead of us. We'll try to run him down, though. Did a good job on older tires quickly getting back to second place. Lap traffic definitely kind of helped, but see if it'll help us catch Joey Logano as well. Oh, big slide into the side of the 62. We both go around, back up the racetrack. Keselowski's involved. Suarez, Harvick. Huge crash off of turn 2. Caution is going to fly. For the 5th time today, and we're involved. We took a hard hit. Another one of those moments, we caught a lap car in a bad spot. We caught gone off the exit of the corner, slammed door to door. We've got a lot of damage to repair now. That was a violent wreck, man. Inside retaining wall. Man, we still got a pit. Oh man, we're all over the place. We spun the tires bad. So did Joey though on the restart. So we've got a pit before the end of the stage anyway, because we wouldn't have been able to take fuel or tires there. Heavy damage on the front of the car. Still got 67 to go. Well, that's strike 1. It's our first wreck. Logano on older tires, he stayed out. Logano stayed out of the pits. Under the caution, Harvick now for the lead. Harvick from the rear of the field to the front. He's going to lead his first lap of the race now here at Dover. So we fall back to 6th. Kyle Busch got the free pass under the yellow. He was 2 laps down. He is now 1 lap down. So he's the only driver 1 lap down currently. So he'll likely get the free pass at the end of the stage. So me and Logano still have to pit before the end of the stage yet, but all those other guys, Harvick, Elliott, Keselowski, they might be good to the end of the stage. We'll see. Got 3 drivers DNF'd in this one. Through the 5 cautions to this point in the race. We're almost halfway home. We'll be halfway in about 20 laps. About 25 laps, rather. Oh, a little contact with Logano trying to pass him for fourth. Side drafts us. We got a good battle going on for fourth at least. Still side by side. Really had to check up out of the gas there. Kind of got the left sides on the apron a little bit. Kind of washed us up the track through turns 3 and 4. Good corner through 1 and 2 to pull back away from Logano a little bit though. Still 58 to go in stage 2. Kind of scared though that 22% tire wear left on the right front. Again, I know me and Logano are going to have to pit before the end of the stage, and we're going to run this out as long as we can and hope for a caution at some point before the end of the stage, but it's got to be before we hit pit road. I just have a bad feeling that if we don't get a caution here, we might get stuck. Very good possibility we'll go 2 laps down if we pit with this being a shorter racetrack. Faster lap times here at Dover. Keselowski is currently in the race lead. So we're thinking big picture here as far as trying to win the race at this point, because it's going to be almost impossible to win this stage if we don't get a caution. Actually, it will be impossible if we don't get a caution, because we know for a fact the top 4 will not have to pit. Well, we put ourselves in a little bit of a bind. We had a car just blow up onto pit road now. Couldn't tell who that was, but they were able to get off the track, so we stay green. Catching lap cars now in this run. I bounced it off the wall off of turn 2 there. Only got 16% tire wear left on the right front here. We're gonna have to hit pit road. I'm surprised we haven't had an overheating issue yet, but we'll see. We got some cars hitting pit road right now, and actually Ryan Newman might have been the guy that looked like he was blowing up. So it doesn't look like his engine has an issue right now. I think he just had a tire go down. So he's back on the track. He's got 4 fresh Goodyears. He's going to get under us, and he's probably going to blow right past us. We'll let him go. But man, we need a caution here in the next couple laps before we pit. Or we're going to be in trouble. I mean, the only other thing I could think of that we could do is just take right sides only when we hit pit road. Just to try to not lose 2 laps, try to stay 1 lap down, then we'll just hope to get the free pass on Kyle Busch, if at all possible, but I don't even think that's possible at this point. Guess you never know. $50 to go in stage 2. We're 10 laps away from the halfway mark here in this one. Already over the 1 hour mark for this race. Started this race right around 10:20. We got back around Newman. He's going to fly right back past us again. Again, he's on fresher tires. We can only make it a couple more laps here. We got 8 laps left as far as our fuel tank goes, but we'll probably have to pit because of that right front tire a little bit sooner than that. And I think we're going to get enough gas in the car to get us to the end of the stage. We'll just take 2 tires, which it will loosen the car up quite a bit more. We're already loose as it is, but I think it's what we've got to do to try and not go 2 laps down. So top 4 can make it to the end of the stage. We'll see. Oh boy, a big slip up there through 1 and 2. Or 3 and 4 rather. 46 to go now. We're waiting this out as long as we possibly can. Just hoping for a caution. We're going to stay out 1 more lap. Well, we might have to pit the next time by. I think I might stay out 1 more lap. It's risky, but we're going to do it. We're going to stay out 1 more lap here. Just really hoping for that caution. We have to bring it in this time. I don't think we're going to make it another lap without that right front tire blowing. No, we're bringing it in. Not sure exactly what the pit road speed is. 35 miles an hour. And we'll get it down in time. So right sides only just to get to the end of the stage. Put 3/4 of a tank of fuel in. And we've got some damage to repair. So hopefully we only go 1 lap down. But I got a bad feeling we're going to go 2 laps down before. Hopefully taking right sides only is going to help. And we'll have 2 fresher right sides versus the leaders. So... yeah, Joey Logano is going to have to pit at some point too here, so we'll see. Oh my goodness, they're moving so slow. Oh no, man, that's terrible. That is a terrible pit stop. You're going slow motion. Might as well have taken 4 tires, I guess. I don't know. We'll see. Back onto the racetrack we go. So we're in 9th place, 2 laps down right now. Hopefully, we can get 1 of those laps back with having 2 fresh right side tires before the end of the stage. And it'll take a miracle to get the free pass on Kyle Busch, but we'll see if that'll be possible. Okay, so we're back to 10th place rather. So 10th place. At least we're guaranteed one stage point, but I don't know, we'll see. Probably not even looking at the stage win at this point. We're not far behind Eric Jones either. Ooh, a little contact getting into turn one. Man, I really hope that left side... Oh, a little contact with McMurray. I really hope that left side can make it to the end. I would have thought it would have. Got 40 laps left, and it's at 36%. Man, if we have to pit again because of that left side tire, that's gonna be terrible. I was really thinking right sides would have been enough to make it to the end of the stage, but now I'm kind of second guessing myself here as the laps wind on. Leaders are gonna have 36 laps to go in the stage when they hit the line this time by. What a wacky second stage that this has been. Daniel Suarez less than a second ahead in 8th place right now. And then Denny Hamlin a little less than 3 seconds ahead of us right now in 7th as well. So right behind Suarez, looking for the 8th spot. Again, currently 2 laps down. Fell off the pit sequence as the leaders had to pit under green. We got in a wreck, had to repair some damage there as well. And that has put us 2 laps down in the 8th spot of the racetrack. Trying to get one of our laps back before the end of the stage. We have 2 fresher right side tires than the rest of the field. So we are going to be a little bit faster. But do we have enough laps to catch Keselowski? Squeezing underneath there. Oh, Hamlin caught. He might have made contact with the 36. That'll move us up to 7th. We're still about 12.5 seconds behind Kyle Busch. And I'm assuming Joey Logano pit already. So that would actually make Logano the first driver 1 lap down and not Kyle Busch. So we're only about 11 seconds behind Busch. If we stay green, we should be able to catch him before the end of the stage. So yeah, we're going to have to catch Logano here at some point. I don't know if that's going to happen. Caution. Well, that was a bad time for a caution. Oh, man. That was the worst time for a caution before the end of the stage. It's our 6th of the race. And because it looks like Clint Boyer's going to stay out, we can't take the wave around, so we're going to be stuck 2 laps down on the restart. So we might as well pit, take 4 fresh tires. Make sure those left sides are going to make it to the end of the stage. Repair any damage we've got. Man, that's unfortunate. So Kyle Busch will get the free pass. Logano was still on the lead lap. I don't think he pit yet. I think he was staying out as long as he could. So here we go. Green flag back in the air. We'll restart in 9th. We got to try to get the free pass position before the end of the stage so we can then be 1 lap down instead of 2. So we've got some work cut out for us on the restart, taking it to the outside here. 3 wide, Trying to go up the middle now, down the backstretch, very tight, into turn 3. And we're up to 7th. We just got to pass Kyle Busch now. But Busch is way up there, and he could be looking to get one of his laps back. Or no, my bad. Yeah, Kyle Busch is back in the lead lap. So with Kyle Busch back on the lead lap, we are the first driver to... If we can somehow get one of our laps back before the end of the stage, and then... Oh, man. Then the end of the stage comes, and we might have a shot. To be back on the lead lap that way. That might be our best chance here. So we'll try to see if we can catch Keselowski. Those leaders up there. Get a lap back and then get the free pass. We'll be back on the lead lap to start the final stage. We'll have to restart at the rear of the field, but that's the least of my worries at this point. We'll have 160 laps to try and catch them from that point. Or we get another quick caution before the end of the stage, that would work out too. You have 4 drivers that have DNF'd in this race. We're not even through the first 2 stages yet. Kind of losing ground to Keselowski right now. They'll catch lap traffic before the end of the stage though. Rear end just swinging out. So we got 20 laps to go in stage 2 because the leaders are 2 laps ahead of us. So we got 20 laps to catch them. Remember when we started in 12th place at the beginning of this race, it took 32 laps before we took the lead on Kyle Busch. We are battling a much looser car at this point though than what we were earlier. That is for sure. Catching the 4th place driver of Chase Elliott up ahead though. Man, we are just all over the place though, just trying to keep the car turning left in the corner without spinning out. How am I in 7th, 2 laps down? Because I mean, it's a different scenario than most other races. We're in 7th because we're the first driver 2 laps down right now. But we got to stay in front of Eric Jones, though, too. I didn't realize Jones is 2 laps down right behind us. So we're battling for the free pass position, as well as trying to catch Keselowski. But yeah, I don't know. We're giving it a shot here. We're in 7th place, but as far as trying to win the race goes, we need to get back on the lead lap. It's going to be difficult. Leaders are in lap traffic, and so are we at this point now. We're pulling away from Eric Jones slightly. So again, we should be able to get the free pass, but I don't know. We'll see. It's going to be close on if we're going to catch Brad or not. Got 15 to go. Probably going to be a good 3-car battle for the stage win up there as well. Yeah, we're definitely catching him now. Oh my goodness, 3 wide for the lead. Harvick, Keselowski, Logano's in third back here, but the lap traffic making it 3 wide. Now remember, when we got in that wreck earlier, we got into the side of Brendan Gaughan off the exit of turn 2, and a big wreck piled up on the backstretch. We're in very thick lap traffic again here. Trying to catch the leaders with 12 to go. They are there. This is going to get tight. 3 wide on the top off the exit of the corner. Here we come. But as Harvick and Keselowski battle for the stage, when in contact with Harvick, we're going to wash up the track again. Harvick back down to the bottom again. Oh, a little contact. Had to check up behind Ryan Preece. And Keselowski's going to hold on to the lead. Ten to go. Down to the inside, driving it in deep. On the brakes, trying to get the car to turn. Side by side with Keselowski. Trying to get the lap back before the end of the stage. We'll clear him going into 3. We'll stay clear off of 4. But now can we hold him off for the final 9 laps? So we are currently 1 lap down. And we are the first driver and only driver 1 lap down. So therefore, if we could stay here, we'll be back on the lead lap to start the final stage. At the rear of the field. We can pit. We'll be on the same strategy as the leaders. Here we go. Keselowski caught, and actually Harvick just took the lead. Harvick back to the lead here late in the stage. Keselowski trying to cross him over off of turn 4. Gonna have heavy lap traffic to deal with once again. If we get a quick caution before the end of the stage, that would be perfect, but I don't know if we're gonna get it. So at the line this time, the leaders are coming to 5 to go. Sorry, 6 to go. 6 laps left here in stage 2. And there's a 3-car battle for the lead. Assuming Logano can catch up to those guys. It's Keselowski, Harvick, and Logano. And they're running 1, 2, 3 in that order. Our crew chief just told us 5 laps to go, but that's because we're only 1 lap down. So we'll have to race 1 more lap than what I was originally stating, but as far as the leaders go, they now have 4 laps to go, and they're going to have 3 coming to the line this time. And we've got a nice gap build up on Keselowski now. They're still battling for the lead back there too, so that's good. We should be 1 lap down at the end of the stage. Get the free pass, back on the lead lap. We'll restart at the rear of the field. And we'll go business as normal here to start the final stage. And we'll have a new race once again. 2 laps to go now for Keselowski to win stage number 2. As we will bring it home in 7th in the stage. Oh, wow, Logano just took the lead off of turn 2. Oh, man, we got really loose there off of 4. White flag in the air, 1 lap to go. for Joey Logano to win stage 2. He finished second in stage 1. He comes back late to take the lead coming to the white flag here in the second stage over his teammate Keselowski. And now into 3 and 4 for the final time for Joey Logano behind us. Oh man, we almost put in the wall off of 4 there. We got one more lap. And Joey Logano wins stage 2 here at Dover. And it looks like we're going to bring it home in 7th. So 7th place for us here in stage 2. Not what we wanted. We didn't get the stage win that we were competing for at the start of the stage, but at least, thankfully, we're going to be back on the lead lap. Oh, no, Boyer. Oh, jeez. I didn't even know he was a lap down. He must have went a lap down before the end of the stage. That's right, because he stayed out before. Well, we're not back on the lead lap yet. Oh, I thought for sure we were going to be back on the lead lap. You've got to be kidding me. So we're still a lap down. You know what, we're going to stay out here. We're going to take the wave around. Take the wave around. We'll be back on the lead lap. But now we got to hang on old tires. I thought we were going to get the free pass and we could have pit. Would have been on the same sequence as those guys, but I completely forgot about Boyer staying out under the previous caution. And we, oh geez, slapped it off the wall there. Keselowski will lead the field to the green on the restart here to start the third and final stage of the race. We battle Boyer back towards the rear of the field in 6th right now. So we're back on the lead lap with the free pass here, but now on older tires. We got to make sure we don't go a lap down here before the next caution comes out if we get another caution. And if we don't get another caution, we'll likely have to pit 2 times, where everybody else would probably have to pit just once before the end of the race. So we're probably going to need a caution at some point in time before we pit. Either before we pit or after everybody cycles back through after about an 80 lap run. Spin somebody around to get back up front. No, I'm not doing that. I don't race like that. It's a good idea, but I'm not going to do it. We're going to just hope for the best, I guess. Man, 3 wide here in the mid-pack. All these lap cars, Harvick battling for the lead. Man, I wish I could be up there right now. We're passing quite a few cars on this restart, despite being on older tires. I'm kind of thinking not everybody pit under the stage break, but everybody on the lead lap definitely pit. So that's how we took the wave around. Whew, sliding it into turn 3 that time. So we're closing in on 150 laps to go. We are about a little over the hour-and-a-half mark in this race now. We are well past halfway. I don't know, it'll be interesting to see how this is going to work out. Keselowski leads back to the line again there. If we somehow go the final, I don't know what, figuring at the last stage we had a little over 20 laps. So if we go over the final 180 laps of this race without a caution, and we have to pit that extra time and end up finishing a lap down again at the end of the race anyway, that's gonna hurt. I didn't think it would happen at Richmond, but remember, we went the whole final stage of that race without a caution. Or no, not the final stage. We went the last just over 100 laps of the race caution free, despite having 10 cautions in the first 300 laps. So This is another 400 lap race. I mean, maybe you'll see somewhat of the same thing again. Hopefully not for my sake, but I don't know. We'll see. Kyle Busch up in front. We haven't seen that since the beginning of the race. He was on the pole earlier. The pole sitter back out in front once again here at Dover. About 7.5 seconds off the lead. 4 to 4.5 seconds behind the next driver in front of us, Chase Elliott. And we're about 3 seconds ahead of Clint Boyer in 7th place behind us. A lot of lap cars in between, both me and Elliott. Me and the leader, especially Kyle Busch, as he's about to catch lap traffic himself here again shortly. Now, if a caution comes out after we pit, then we're just going to end up being stuck a lap down again, just like we were in stage 2. So that caution needs to come out before we hit pit road. Oh, there we go. There's the caution. Right when I was talking about it. So caution's going to fly. 7th time in the race. We can finally pit. It looks like Keselowski and Kyle Busch are going to stay out. Not sure why. Probably because they can't make it to the end anyway, but that's not the point, I guess. Just try to work on track position here. Alright, so we got 5 drivers pitting here. Daniel Suarez is going to get the free pass at 8th place. He'll be 1 lap down now instead of 2. And everybody, not everybody, we got some splitting cars pitting that are a lap down, multiple laps down. But Kyle Busch, Keselowski going to stay out of the pits here. And we'll restart in 6th. Right where we went into the pits in. So here we go. Top 2 on older tires. Everybody else behind them on fresh. Green flag is in the air. Here we go on the restart. Right up the middle in between Logano and Harvick. Oh, a little contact. 4 wide through 1 and 2. More contact with Logano off the exit of the corner. They got really tight. Nobody wanted to give an inch. Harvick now going for the lead on Kyle Busch. Looking to the inside of Chase Elliott. And Keselowski for that matter. 3 wide now for 5th. Coming off of turn 2. Tight angle for us into 3 on the bottom. We're going to clear Elliott. He's going to try to cross us over on the bottom. Oh, we get loose. Somehow never made contact with anyone. Great save. He didn't touch us, but he probably got enough air underneath the left rear corner panel for us to get super loose. And now contact with the 2. Keselowski on older tires, and we're just having a tough time trying to get around him right now. Kyle Busch also on older tires in 5th. Harvick trying to pull away from the field. He's in the lead once again. Now we get to the inside of Busch for 5th. And we are going to clear him coming out of turn 4. And we're as well going to get to the inside of Chase Elliott now, trying to battle him for 4th. We go to the inside. Elliott on the top through turns 1 and 2. We're going to clear him up off the corner. Up to 4th. Clint Boyer less than a half second ahead of us in 3rd. Denny Hamlin, lap car in the mix as well. He is there. Yeah, I do have the season pass. I never even thought about putting the age verification in, so I'll definitely have to do that, so that way you can get the actual sponsors on the car. Yeah, I just never thought about it. Yeah, I'll definitely, honestly, I'll probably do that after the race if I have time. If not, at some point in time before the Kansas race tomorrow, that's for sure. Alright, got a shot here at Boyer. He went high into turns 1 and 2. So we take the dive to the bottom. Can we clear him off of 2? Yes, we do. Nice slide job by Blaney, and we're up to 3rd. Just think about that. We were 2 laps down about 50, 60 laps ago. We were praying for a couple of cautions. We got it. We're back on the lead lap, but we still have 130 plus laps left with a shot to win it a little bit later. Is this championship mode or a quick race? This is championship mode. All my 100% races are all because I'm doing a championship mode season. Won the Truck and Xfinity Series championships already. Now we're filling out the rest of the year here on the Cup. Ooh, man, really loose off of 4 there. Almost overcorrected it into the wall. Closing in on Hamlin just ahead of us now. Then he keeps taking the inside though. We're not able to quite get around him. Gonna need to have to beat him off the exit of the corner so we can get inside of him going into the corner, or he's just gonna have to go high, which I just don't see that happening. There we go. We got a good run off of 2. I think this is gonna be the next corner where we should be able to get him through 3 and 4 here. To his inside, we're going to move up. He's not going to be able to cross us over. So still in 3rd. That wasn't a pass for position, but now Logano less than a second ahead of us. We got a shot at 2nd place here in the next couple laps. And Kevin Harvick just less than 2 seconds off of him for the race lead. So Harvick is going to catch lap traffic next lap. So we're going to start to throw that into the equation once again, and we're going to have a pretty racy battle for the lead. As we have had through much of the course of the day, it has been a great race so far. And here we go. Ooh, a little bump to Logano. But down to the inside. 3 wide, cutting it deep into turn 1. On the brakes to get the car to rotate through the corner. Great job, and that'll move us up to 2nd place. And we're less than a second behind Harvick for the race lead. If we could put Truex, or sorry, not Truex, if we could put Keselowski and Kyle Busch a lap down before the end of this stage, that would be great. Oh, Harvick about made contact. He might have with the back of the 47 of Priest, and that'll allow us to take the lead into 3 and 4. And we're going to hold clear of Harvick off of turn 4. Blaney back to the lead again here at Dover with 126 to go. That was awesome. Oh no! Huge step out off of turn 2. Here comes Harvick again. Get around Bubba Wallace. We'll have a couple more laps before we catch another lap car. Harvick caught Wallace in a bad spot through 1 and 2. Right behind him on the inside. We'll pull away a little bit more again. And just like that, my own Legend AI, I have it set to 105 as the AI difficulty. So yeah, I am on the hardest difficulty on this game. And I don't use custom setups, but I'm typically better on the longer run because their tires start to wear off, I think, a little bit more than mine. Not on every track. Seems to be equal fallout with some other tracks like the road courses. Super speedways don't really matter much. Kind of noticed that over the course of playing this game. So we still got about a 1.5 second advantage here on Kevin Harvick. Still a little bit of a ways to go here. A little over a quarter of the race left. This could be a record for the longest race I've run over the course of the season. Longest race so far was the Atlanta race. That was 500 miles. That took us 2 hours and 46 minutes over the course of the race. We're already a little less than 15 minutes away from hitting the 2-hour mark in this race, and we still have a little over 100 laps left, so that'll be close, but I think we might have a new record for the longest race of the year. And this is only 400 miles too, but I think it's just because of the amount of laps we're running. Because the Richmond race was 400 laps too, but that's a quarter mile shorter of a racetrack, so. Here we go. Thanks for everybody tuning in to watch on your early Saturday afternoon. Got the Kansas race coming up again tomorrow afternoon, about 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time is when I'm going to start the stream for that race. And we got a couple career mode episodes coming up later on today as well, so be on the lookout for that. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. We've got daily NASCAR content such as streams like this. And hit the like button if you're enjoying the race so far. Caution's going to fly again. Looks like Landon Castle went for a spin through turns 3 and 4. As that is going to bring out the yellow. So as we get another caution in this one, that is going to be the 8th of the race. We're going to pit along with everybody else here for 4 fresh Goodyears. We'll repair damage. We still have to make one more stop to the end of the race from here. So this pit stop isn't going to do much. We're just going to stay on the same strategy as the leaders. Daniel Suarez will get the free pass. He'll be back on the lead lap. So we now have 8 cars on the lead lap. We win the race off of pit road. We'll control the pace on the restart. Or rack them and stack them. And here we go. Green flag back in the air again at Dover. Great jump on the restart as we've had most of the day. Oh man, a little high getting into turn 1. Here comes Harvick on the bottom quickly. Well, we got a good jump, but we couldn't hold it through turns 1 and 2. Kevin Harvick to the lead. Woo! Almost slid into the side of the neck of Elliott off of turn 4. Again, we just don't have the short run speed that these guys do. So we're probably just going to have to suffer back in the pack for about the first 15-20 laps or so. Wow. Thick of the battle. I'm trying to read the comments section, but I can't do it. You know, so much traffic. Oh, Keselowski just slides in front of us. Coming off of turn 2 to clear us for position, but now we're going to try to cross him over into 3 and 4. Back on the inside of the racetrack, and we'll clear off of turn 4 ourselves. Now to the inside of Elliott. And now we're going to slide up 3 wide middle, and Boyer's going to squeak on by. On mid-package, there's another battle for the lead as well between Logano, Harvick, and Kyle Busch. Up in the front of the field, we're still side by side with the 2 of Keselowski. Logano leads the field now, as Busch is looking for second on Harvick to the inside through 1 and 2. He can't clear him. Oh, about came together with the 2. Can I start my career mode right away when NASCAR Heat 5 comes out? Yes, I will plan on doing a career mode and doing other championship seasons just like I'm doing here on NASCAR Heat 4. What I did was I did start the career mode a little later than what I wanted to, of course, but I also didn't have this channel right when NASCAR Heat 4 came out, so I decided to do some full-length races. I think I want to say I started just after the NASCAR season ended last year, like right around the holidays, late November or so. So, I mean, this channel is still fairly new, and I'm glad to see it's growing in popularity. I had a couple other videos on YouTube, but it was just live events that I had been to, like concerts and stuff. So as far as like this actual like channel itself, with the branding of going all in on NASCAR, whether it is NASCAR Heat 4 or race predictions and race analysis videos, I'll have vlogs of going to races hopefully this year whenever this virus can go away, that hopefully we'll grow the channel even more in the future. Be pretty awesome. But yeah, I did full-length seasons. This is my second season with the Cup Series. I did full race seasons for every race in the Trucks, Xfinity, and Cup Series with the stages, or sorry, without the stages to start. Won the championship in all three, and then I'm doing them with stages now, and I'll do that again when NASCAR Heat 5 comes out. I'll keep rotating, and so hopefully by the time this season comes to an end, the career mode comes to an end, some point whenever I can win a Cup Series title, hopefully. It should be right about NASCAR Heat 5. They've been releasing early September lately, so obviously the streams are going to slow down when the NASCAR season hits and I start traveling to more tracks, but a lot of videos have been posted over the last couple weeks since this hiatus has gone on with all the quarantining everywhere, including myself. I've only been able to work 3 days a week. My hours have gotten cut big time, so that has allowed me to stream a lot more. But that is probably going to be a lookout. And the reason why I haven't posted the video like I had promised yet on what races I'm going to this year, because I don't know exactly when NASCAR is going to start back up again. They're shooting for the Coke 600 May 24th, which I have already planned on going to that race with a bunch of friends. And that'll be my first race vlog of the year. But it is, I don't know. I mean, the Indy 500's already been postponed, and that's supposed to be on the same date. NASCAR's still going through with it right now, but it's not looking good. Just do the championship mode with no stages and no cautions. I do it with no cautions. I've already done the season for that in all three series. Oh, a little bump from behind for Boyer there. But no, I'll have cautions on just because of the sake. And we don't know how NASCAR Heat 5 is going to look. I hope they have it to where you can actually wreck out, because I have a 3-strike rule myself where if I wreck out 3 times, I'll just park it for the rest of the race to simulate it to the end, and I'll finish wherever, how many cars are left on the track at the time. I'll finish last above those. So having cautions plays it out more like a real race, but with stages and without, to grade it on consistency, I guess, over the course of the season. Yeah, but we don't know how NASCAR Heat 5 is going to look until the game comes out, of course, as far as how the gameplay is going to be on the season mode. If we can eliminate the playoffs, I will do that for the season without stages, and I will put the playoffs back in for the season I do with stages, if that is at all an option. So we are catching the leaders here. We just passed Harvick for third through turns 1 and 2. Joey Logano, Kyle Busch still battling for the lead up ahead. They're side by side. Oh man, we got way loose going into turn 3 that time. I didn't even realize we're past the 300 lap mark, so less than 100 laps to go. And Kyle Busch is taking the lead away from Logano again. So here we go. Logano in second. We're in third. Not too far ahead of Keselowski, about a half second or so. It's tough to see if Brad's actually catching us or not. I think we're staying pretty equal with each other. Just depends on how the lap traffic is. We might be battling here with Logano for second. Off of turn 4, we're side by side. Can't quite get to him that time. Now he goes to the bottom to try and block the run. We'll go to the top side. This should give us some straightaway speed down the back as we get the car to turn off the exit of 4. Down to the inside. Side by side again into 3. Trying to side draft him before we get into the corner. And we'll complete the pass off of 4. Whoa, little step out. Got loose. Still in front of him though. Up to second. 94 laps to go at Dover. Comers and goers here as the race seems to lag on. We are about 5 minutes away from the 2-hour mark in this race now. I don't think we're going to reach the longest race as far as the laps time over the course of this season. I just feel like the last 90 laps aren't going to take another 46 minutes. If I had to guess, maybe about a half hour or so, but I don't think this is going to be the race. I think the Coke 600 is going to take a really long time. That'll probably end up being the longest race of the year. I can see that race going over 3 hours. And that's coming up here in a couple races too. Hopefully you get to that. Now we have pretty great races on the channel. Try to give it a realistic feel with broadcasting as we carry on. Now a little less than a second off of Kyle Busch for the race lead. Logano still in third, but not too much further ahead of Keselowski, who's in fourth. Harvick 3 seconds back of us. Probably closer to 4 seconds back of the race lead in fifth. Rounds out the top 5. 5 drivers have DNF'd in this race. We're getting there. Might have a shot at the lead here this next lap. Ooh, he caught him in a bad spot. He caught David Reagan on the top and we're able to clear him going into turn 1. We didn't lead the lap, but here he comes fighting back on the bottom, but we're going to hold clear off of turn 2. And it should be an official lead change when we get back to the line. He moves to the top. We kind of moved up there too to get around these lap cars now. Ooh, tough spot to catch Castle and Jimmy Johnson there, but we will lead the lap. 88 to go. We're back in the lead again. Everybody still has to pit from now to the end of the race to run about 83 laps on a full tank of fuel. So we are nearing the edge of the pit window right now. Getting pretty close. But we're probably just going to run this out as long as we possibly can before we hit pit road. Just in case a caution is to come out, so we don't get trapped a lap down late in the race, because we get trapped a lap down at this point now, it's going to be almost impossible to come back, especially if we don't get another caution. So we are now at the 2-hour mark from the start of this race. So we have 85 laps to go. I don't know, we'll see here. The next live stream today is going to be the career mode at 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So it should be a little over an hour break in between the end of this race and then. So be on the lookout for that. And again, tomorrow we'll have a couple more career mode episodes in the morning, but we will have our Kansas race at 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. Full cup race there. It'll be a 400-mile event. We'll go back to the 1.5 miles. It's been a while since we've been at Texas. It's been a little over a week. So we'll go back to the cookie cutter intermediate tracks, at least for the next couple races. Should have a schedule put out tomorrow for what Monday through Sunday will look like on the channel as far as the streams will go as well. So still in the works of trying to get that sorted out. I'll get that to you guys when I can Sunday night. Probably sometime after that Kansas race I'll have that video released. Got a 5.5 second lead, closer to 6 seconds on Kyle Busch, as Logano's actually fallen back to 4th. Keselowski's in the 3rd position. Be interesting to see if we can get any guys a lap down before we hit pit road or before a caution comes out, whatever comes first here. Try to pin them if we can. Oh man, 3 wide right in front of us, nowhere to go. We had to get out of the gas there. There's no room for us. We got to be patient to get around these lap cars right now. And keep the car pinned to the inside of the track to get around Daniel Hemrick. We'll beat Menard and Castle to the inside going into turns 3 and 4. They were a little lenient, staying to the outside for us though. Try to pull on along here. 77 laps to go. Again, we are under a fuel run. We can pit now and make it to the end, but we're going to run this tank as low as we can get it. So you probably won't see us pitting until a little less than 40 laps left in this race, if we stay green to that point. So we went green with 115 laps to go in this race. If we do go green to the end, that will be by far the longest green flag run we have had all day. Because the longest that we have had so far has only been a little over 60 laps. We just try to carry this on. 11-second lead now. Clint Boyer's up to 5th. Kevin Harvick is now falling outside the top 5. And I do see the 8th place car of Daniel Suarez, who got the free pass under that last caution. He is just in front of us right now and is in danger of going a lap down very, very soon. Ooh. Might have a shot at him on the inside going into 1. We are there. He's trying to pinch us down, but he is not going to be able to hold on. Suarez is going to go a lap down now. Keselowski's caught Kyle Busch for 2nd. A car length or 2 behind him. Logano, your stage 2 winner, is in 5th. Logano outscored everybody on stage points today, finished 2nd in stage 1, won stage 2, and after we won stage 1, we finished 7th in the 2nd stage. So we scored 14 stage points today, plus we got 1 playoff point already with the stage win, so it's pretty nice here. We got a big points lead coming into this race after winning at Talladega. And Kyle Busch came into this race 2nd in the point standings, but he is well over a race behind us. So he's going to have to probably have us have another DNF or 2 over the course of these summer races, which is definitely possible because, I mean, Coke 600 being a long race in itself, that'll be a tough one to try and survive. Of course, we got Daytona yet. We got some road courses. I'm pretty good on the road courses, though. So I feel confident there, but still never know. And, of course, we got some short tracks like Bristol yet before the end of the regular season. I mean, we still got a long ways to go before the playoffs. We're almost halfway through the regular season. We will be after the Coke 600. Logano's just gone a lap down. Now we're trying to put Bowyer a lap down. We will. So 3 drivers are now on the lead lap. About 16 to 16 and a half seconds off the race lead. Bowyer in the free pass position in 4th right now. Harvick not too far behind him in 5th. Definitely our largest lead of the race though, 17 seconds. With less than 70 to go. Still got a little bit of a ways though before we are to catch Kyle Busch and Keselowski to put them a lap down. Maybe the leaders will try some strategy and pit before we do. It's not impossible. Still run about 26 more laps. We had to pit about 3 laps early though. Last time we took a green flag stop, and the only time we took a green flag stop in this race, because the tires are getting a little too worn out. Would have been risky to make it even another lap, so I brought it down onto pit road. That was back at stage 2. Ooh, caught Matt Tiff there. Heavy lap traffic up ahead now. See Keselowski in that white car on the inside just got around the rest of them. 3 wide now down the front straightaway for us. Getting past Ryan Newman and Austin Dillon. Ooh, into the back of Bubba Wallace there. Well, the caution's going to come out between now and the rest of this race. For Kyle Busch and Keselowski's sake, they're going to hope that it comes out either if I have to pit first and they can get their lap back that way, or before they go a lap down. So they don't have to battle for the free pass position. It's going to be close. Keselowski going to go lap down. He was caught behind Brendan Gaughan there. Still got about another second or 2 before we catch Kyle Busch. Or I should say Kyle Busch is a couple seconds ahead of us yet. A few lap cars in the mix too. Talladega race yesterday, 500 miles. Only ended up lasting About 2 hours and 19 minutes. This race is probably going to go longer than that. We're only about 10 minutes away from that. Race pace is definitely quickened here in the third stage. Not as many cautions as the prior two stages. And now we look right up the middle between Kyle Busch and Chris Buescher, and the caution flies just as I was about a half car ahead of Kyle Busch. That couldn't have been more perfect timing for me. Busch was a lap down at the time of the caution. He'll get the free pass. So with the free pass here, everybody's going to hit pit road. That includes us. 3/4 of a tank of fuel is plenty to make it to the end. So Kyle Busch will get the free pass. He'll restart at the rear of the field. And they're probably going to need another caution to get back into this. Thank goodness. I mean, if that caution would have came out literally 2 seconds sooner, Kyle Busch would be restarting right alongside of us. So we won't have to worry about him for now. We can keep on leading the race. Green flag back in the air. We do have some faster cars behind us for, again, about the first 15-20 laps. So if they can get a quick caution and get back on the lead lap that way, they will be back in this thing. Of course, Kyle Busch will be as well, restarting at the rear of the field right now. So that was our 9th caution of the race. Keselowski got a pretty good jump on the restart there. Got 6 drivers who have DNF'd in this race so far. Will we have more? Got the clean air out in front of the field right now, but Keselowski might try to put up a little bit of a fight. Try to get his lap back. He's in the free pass position. So everybody can make it on fuel from now to the end of the race. Try to hold Brad behind us as long as we can. We'll loose off of turn 2, and here he comes to the inside. Tried to pull off the block. Wasn't going to make it happen, and Keselowski's going to get his lap back. Coming off of turn 4, he has us cleared with ease. A little contact. Kind of checked up a little more than what I wanted him to, getting into 1. We lost a ton of ground from him now. So now being in the dirtier area, will anybody else be able to make a run at us? Clint Bowyer, Daniel Suarez side by side for 4th right now. Just behind us, with Logano trailing right behind them. Logano, one of the faster cars in the field throughout the course of this race as well. Kyle Busch has already passed about half of the cars. He is about 6 seconds off the lead. We haven't really had to battle anyone outside of Kurt Busch for about a lap. Oh no, really loose off of turn 2. Man, I thought I was going around there. I didn't think I was going to save that one. I would lock the brakes up, and that was a lot of the tire smoke. And that allows Suarez, Logano, and Clint Bowyer to all catch right up to me. In a hurry. Kyle Busch about 5 seconds off the lead now. I mean, I get those moments over the course of the race where I'm a little bit looser than what I want to be. That was a product of it there a couple laps ago. I'm trying to hold on to it now as we'll ride along with the alternating cameras for the final time today. So we have 47 laps to go at the line. Man, really trying to get that car to turn. Man, look at this. It's like driving a sprint car, trying to pitch it in the corners, only I'm not trying to pitch it. See how much I have to turn the car to the right sometimes in the corner to kind of keep it correct. Still about 6 seconds ahead of Kyle Busch. A lot less lap cars in between us now, though. Suarez doing a good job holding on to the free pass spot right now. Maybe he's got a shot to finish inside the top 5. Ooh, caught McMurray in a bad spot off of turn 2 there. Had to get out of the gas before we ran him over. Go to the outside into turn 1 now. Matt Tift ran the bottom there. We'll zoom on by him off the exit of the corner. See if we can catch Keselowski again. Hopefully sooner rather than later. We've seen 9 cautions today. Will we see a 10th? Oh, into the wall off of turn 2. Hopefully it won't be us if we do get another caution. Now Suarez has caught us. Suarez looking to the inside off of turn 2. He wants his lap back if at all possible. He is still there. Going to try to use Landon Castle as a pick. Really trying to get that car to turn. Keep it off the wall off the exit of the corner. We use Castle as a pick, so we're able to scoot on by, at least for right now. Suarez finally gets around Castle behind us now, but Joey Logano has joined the mix. He's trying to get around Suarez to move up to 4th, so he can be in the free pass spot. Caught Cody Ware, pretty tough spot there. He also kind of lost control in the middle of the corner trying to get the car loaded up. Man, I thought he was going to pull up right in front of us. That was not the case that time. Haven't really used the brakes getting into the corners here at Dover. Just kind of rolling out of the throttle. The car's loose enough that we can get the car to turn just enough in the corners by backing it down on speed. But we do use the brakes if I know it's going to be tight, so that way we can keep the car pinned without washing all the way around the racetrack like we have at times. For the most part, we're keeping it in good control. Yeah, it's been a great race so far for the most part. Kind of a lackluster point in the race right now as we have 35 to go and about a 6-second lead on Kyle Busch. But we're 1 caution away from bunching the field back up again for another restart. And if the leaders pit, remember, it takes us about 15-20 laps. I mean, think about it, though. We went green with 58 laps to go. It's been almost 25 laps, and Brad Keselowski's still in front of us. He was the lone guy to pass us on the restart. Again, they would have to pit though if the caution comes out, because if they don't pit, we'll still have the faster car. No question about fuel and tires. The tires are going to make it to the end. The fuel's going to make it to the end. We haven't burnt the tires up too bad. for the most part today. Pulled out to almost a 9-second lead on Kyle Busch. Keselowski's still on the lead lap. About 22 and a half to 23 seconds off the race lead. Caution, and they're pitting. Well, folks, we're going to have a race to the finish here at Dover. Dang. 10th caution of the race. And after almost 400 long miles, hopefully you guys have stayed tuned to the finish. Harvick's going to hit pit road 2. He might have been the cause of the caution. We got to make sure we pit. We'll repair damage here. 4 fresh tires, half tank of fuel. Into the restart we go. We'll have 26 laps to go when we go green. Kyle Busch, Keselowski, Daniel Suarez will get the free pass, but he did not pit. A couple guys took the wave around, that's why they didn't pit. Logano and Boyer, Elliott. So we're actually going to have about 7 cars on the lead lap. But the top 3 all on 4 fresh Goodyears. Green flag back in the air. Kind of spun the tires on the start. And here comes Kyle Busch. To the bottom of the track looking for the lead. Oh, Keselowski almost hits him. Getting into the corner, we're loose off a 2, still side by side with the 2 of Keselowski, and here we go. Harvick in the way, he's a lap down. Trying to get his lap back in case we get another quick yellow. Keselowski quickly to the lead. Can he hold on Kyle Busch? What a topsy-turvy race this has been. And Keselowski was just able to hold on to the lead lap before the caution came out, too. Oh, we're loose over 4, hard into the outside wall. Losing control down the front stretch. A single car wreck and the caution will fly. And that's our 2nd wreck of the race. Man, we just overcorrected it into the wall. We could pit to repair the damage, but we can't take fuel or tires. And that will give Busch and Keselowski a lot better track position than us. Harvick is going to get the free pass now. He pitted, but he'll have to restart at the rear of the field. It's our 11th caution of the race. And here we go again. My goodness. This is entertaining, but I'm a little nervous. I don't know if we're going to be able to pull this off. Keselowski looks fast, so does Kyle Busch. If they battle with each other enough, we might still have a chance. Green flag in the air. Great jump on the restart. Down to the inside. Here we come. What a restart here by Blaney to the lead. But can we hold on? 21 to go. Kyle Busch is there. He was able to go from second. From second to stay in second. And Keselowski drops from first to third on the restart. Trying to pin the inside down. Here comes Kyle Busch, blocking him off at 4. 20 laps to go. The race is on. Busch now goes to the outside. We're loose again off of turn 2. We can't lose control again. If we wreck again, our race is done. $19 laps left. Busch looking to the inside. We'll try to block. We've got the clean air. That's a nice advantage. Loose off of turn 2 again. He is there, but he just cannot get around us. Keselowski not far behind either. The top 3 all within a half second. Logano back and forth, loose off of 4. Here comes Busch. Kyle Busch to the lead at Dover, 18 to go. Will he be able to pull away? He pulls us through 1 and 2. We'll likely catch lap traffic before the end of the race, but hopefully it doesn't have to come to that. Keselowski still trying to run the top side. Our car feels looser now than ever before. Oh, drove it in too deep into 1 and 2 that time. Busch is going to pull us. He's about a half second ahead. This is not looking good. We're holding off Keselowski for now, but I think if he moves to the bottom, he could have a shot to contend for the win still. Busch now to the top. Might give him some straightaway speed here. Battling a loose race car late in the race. We just got to deal with it, though. It has gotten looser and looser as the race goes on, and that's why you saw me wreck about 10 laps ago. Completely losing control. We've got 15 to go in the race. And again, Busch to the top side of the racetrack. Still a little less than a half second ahead. 14 to go at the line. Lap traffic looming pretty soon here. And those are all guys that stayed out. We're catching them quicker than usual because we're on fresher tires than them. So lap traffic is going to determine whether or not we're going to win the race. And it's going to be a 3-car battle between the 18 of Kyle Busch, the 12 of Blaney, and the 2 of Keselowski. Who will get the win, and will we even stay green to the finish, or will we get a 12th caution? And remember, Harvick pitted, so he's on fresh tires like us too. He could be back in the mix. He's up to 5th already, but he's about 9.5 seconds off the lead. Busch catches Reagan. Down to the bottom and to the lead into turn 3. Washing up the track. Kyle Busch. Another drive back down to the bottom of the track. Blaney to the lead again at Dover. Using the lap car as a pick. 12 to go. Oh, sliding it in there. Almost got into the 47 into turn 3. Tight off the exit of the corner. Keeping it off of everyone though. Trying to pull away. Keselowski's up to 2nd now. At least for the moment on Kyle Busch. 11 to go. And if we do pull away, just hoping we could stay green. Ten to go. 2.5 seconds ahead of Kyle Busch now. Lap traffic helping us out at least for now. Again, we cannot wreck again. So although we're trying to get through the lap traffic as quick as possible to pull away from Busch and Keselowski, got to take it easy at times. 9 laps to go. Harvick is up to 4th. Hoping for a caution to get back into it. And there it is. Oh my gosh. 12th caution of the race, 9 to go. Cautions are breeding cautions in the final 30 to 35 laps of this race. And we're only going to have about 5 laps to go when we go green this time. And the top 4 are all on fresher tires. Hamlin will get the free pass, but he's 2 laps down. So he'll now be 1 lap down in 9th. We've got 8 drivers on the lead lap. And yep, 5 to go on the restart. Here we go. Who will win at Dover? Hopefully we'll get another great jump again. 7 drivers have DNF now in the race. The green flag is back in the air again. 5 to go. Through turns 1 and 2, trying to hold on to it. Busch was able to get to the bottom quickly. We're loose off of turn 2. Giving up a little time. Kyle Busch on the rear bumper. Does he have a shot? Washing up the track, coming out of 4. Here comes Busch into the wall. Busch to the lead, 4 to go. Kyle Busch to the lead at Dover. Can we get him back to the inside into 3 and 4? Dive bomb move, trying to clear him off the corner. Can't do it that time. Still side by side at the line, 3 to go. I have no clue who led that last lap. Another slide job, contact. The race is on. Keselowski and Harvick just behind us. Waiting for us to make a mistake. At the line, 2 to go. Busch leads. Still side by side. Another slide job. Still can't clear him. Off of 2. Now we do. To the lead, down the backstretch. Keselowski for second to the inside of Kyle Busch. Really loose into turns 3 and 4. We are wrecking loose at this point. White flag, 1 to go. Keselowski still working on Busch for second. We missed the entrance of the corner. On the top side, Keselowski up to second now. Half a lap to go. Oh, into the wall. It's not going to be enough to cost us loose off of 4 again. We're going to hold on to it. Ryan Blaney wins at Dover by a couple car lengths on Keselowski. A thriller to the finish at Dover. Oh my goodness. If you couldn't enjoy that, I mean, you couldn't call yourself a NASCAR fan. I mean, that was insane. And a 1-2 finish here for Penske. What a race. Two hours, 25 minutes is the total time for the finish of the race. 8 drivers finished on the lead lap. We won stage 1. Logano won stage 2. We finished 7th in that second stage. And I think that was one of the wrecks down the backstretch there late in the race. What a finish, leading the last 2 laps there. Brian Blackburn, thanks for joining for the finish. Man, that was a wild one. That was a wild one. Keselowski second though, Kyle Busch third, Harvick fourth. Suarez finishes in the top 5. Logano did fade back to 7th. Despite having a faster car there towards the end. A 4-car battle for the win. Again, we had a huge points lead. I was just going for the thrilling excitement of winning the race again, of course, as always. And playoff points are never going to hurt, because you never know what can happen in the postseason when the time comes. So just a great day overall. Keselowski had the fastest lap, 23.002. 168 laps led of the 400 in this race for us. We led the most. Harvick, again, remember, he started at the rear. He finished 4th, led some laps. And Ricky Stenhouse started 14th, finished 37th. I am still shaking after the finish of that race. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, hit the like button down below. Hit the subscribe button if you're new and want more daily NASCAR content, because we have that on the channel right here. And we also have other future videos obviously in the work, as stated earlier on in the stream. Hit the bell notification if you guys never want to miss an upload. I will see you guys next time. Kansas tomorrow, 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. We got a career mode episode again later today as well. Be on the lookout for that, and I'll catch you then.